allowing myself to say like, no, listen, you like that style, you can wear it. Do not wait till you're skinny enough. Do it. Like, wear the effing clothes. I feel like you're kind of in my space, guys. Thanks. Like, I'm in your space, but you're kind of in mine too, though. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Heidi Vega, a certified holistic nutritionist and certified personal trainer. On this channel, I kind of take you guys along with me through my journey of recovery from disordered eating, specifically binge eating disorder. I had for so long held off on doing so many things because I felt like that whole idea that like I'm not skinny enough. I'm not enough to start doing these things. And now doing this YouTube channel, it's kind of me fighting against that, kind of taking back my desires, my dreams, my wants, my aspirations for myself. So today I kind of want to chat with you guys about that. I think that it's something that I want to say a lot of people go through, but especially women. I feel like we are taught that we have to look a certain way in order to achieve certain things. The media that we consume often reinforces the idea that to be successful as a woman means to be desirable in a very sexualized type of way. And to go after certain things, to be invited into certain areas, communities, spaces, to be welcome there as a woman, you have to be appealing, you have to be attractive in every traditional sense of that word. I kind of always shied away from certain things that would put me in a place where I could be judged and where I would be judged specifically for my looks. I think that it's been really hard for me to be in the health and wellness space and into nutrition and really put myself out there in that space because of how I look. Even before this recovery, when I was at my thinnest, when I was at my fittest, I still felt like it wasn't enough and that I couldn't really put myself out there like that. It wasn't like I just completely relinquished the dream or the aspirations. It was more like, let me put them on hold. So they were always on hold. But it can also be small things like outfits, clothing, a certain style of clothing, social events, taking certain pictures, going to like the pool, going to the beach, taking that trip that you've always wanted to go on, getting married. For me, that has like really messed with my head because I am engaged and there's gonna be a wedding next year, and I still find myself being like a little bit scared because there was a version of me, there was a past in which I just wanted to be the perfect bride and I wanted to look perfect. I wanted to have the perfect body when I get married. It was like some part of the idea of a wedding. I genuinely had to come to terms that I was always going to be regretting the things I did not do simply because I didn't feel like I was skinny enough. And it's kind of funny because I feel like the things that'll help you heal from an eating disorder or from having really bad body image is the thing that you're most afraid of. Like, for example, with me in this making videos, it's probably one of the things I was most afraid of doing because I didn't feel like I was ready. Like, it was one of the biggest things that I've always put off and said, I'll wait till I'm this size, I'll wait till I look like this to start kind of voicing my opinions and sharing what I've learned. It's just been like, no, I'll wait till I look the part. I look exactly how I'm expected to look. Not doing the things that brought me joy was one of the biggest contributive factors to me leading me to binge eating, because I would be so desperate to express myself in a creative format, and I couldn't, and it felt very restrictive. And if you guys have watched some of my other videos, you know, like, that mental restriction can weigh so heavily that part of you wants to kind of become the rebel and burst out of that. And I would take it out on, like, the way that I knew how, which is through food. I knew that I could kind of break my rules there and kind of feel free almost. And there was such restriction on other parts of my life. So like, that was definitely one of them. The other one was clothing. I was very restrictive on what I was allowed to wear. I still feel like that's a tough one for me, but I'm kind of starting to branch out and like wear things that maybe before I was completely like, no, I don't look good enough to wear that. I used to think like I couldn't wear baggy clothes. And I know that sounds weird. And this is like, for example, this is a baggy shirt, right? This is an oversized, it's supposed to be oversized. It's part of like the style. And I had it in my head that like, I cannot wear this because I was already big. So like, only thin women can wear oversized stuff and have it look cute. On me, I was like, no, it's just gonna look bad. And I was like, but it's really what I like. It's the style that I like. Now I completely feel like I'm starting to dabble in that and be like confident in that. Allowing myself to say like, no, listen, you like that style, you can wear it. Do not wait till you're skinny enough. Do it. Like, wear the effing clothes. That finally kicked in, and I've never felt better getting dressed. And there's days where I still very much hate getting dressed, but most days I can say like, because I've given myself permission to just wear the clothes, wear what makes me feel good, what I like to see on myself. Like, I am getting used to seeing certain clothing on myself and getting comfortable with it. And now it's not so like, I don't feel like I'm forcing myself. I feel like I'm finally free to choose. If I wait till I'm skinny enough, if I'm telling myself all the time, consciously or subconsciously, like, you're not good enough to go after or experience life, like, you have to put life on hold because you're not thin enough, then it's such a it enables the type of behavior that really led to this type of kind of dysregulation in my eating and in my metabolism. Like, the reason why we got here was because I was putting those types of restrictions on myself and not allowing me to naturally kind of ebb and flow the way I was supposed to. Stop trying to fight where you're at. I can't think of a time where I've waited to be thin enough and then was thin enough and that the result was great. Coming from somebody who has gained and lost weight and whose weight has fluctuated quite drastically over the last 6 years, I don't think that there was ever a time where I was in my, let's say, heaviest, and I thought, I'll wait till I'm skinny enough, and then got skinny enough, right? And I never, the funny thing is, it's never enough. Like, even once I was there, I was like, no, I need to be skinnier. But let's say, for example, when I'm thin enough, so like, I just need to be like 20 pounds skinnier, let's say, if I thought about that. And then when I was in that position, I was more insecure, I feel like, than I was before. Like, it didn't fix anything. It didn't make anything better, other than maybe fitting into certain clothes and looking at myself. Like, it didn't actually influence the outcome of what I was looking to achieve. So for example, when I was thinner and I was making YouTube videos, it didn't make my YouTube videos any better. It didn't make my editing better. It didn't make the message I was getting across better. I think about relationships. I think about me thinking like, if I'm thin enough, I can definitely, have the perfect relationship with my significant other because I'll always be desirable to him. He won't see a flaw in me and he'll love me that much more. And similarly, I'll have more confidence, and so I will show up differently if only I were skinnier. And sure enough, when I have lost weight in the past, those things didn't change for me. If anything, they would get worse because I would get to this place where I was like, no, I can't lose this. I can't lose the progress I've made, and I need to continue. I need to go further. And it was just never enough. Like, you'll never be skinny enough to make up for the inner work that needs to be done for you to be confident, for you to be brave enough to embark on those journeys and embark on going after those dreams that you have for yourself. In recovery, I think one of the things I'm most proud of thus far has been chipping away at those beliefs that I had to be skinny enough in order to fill in the blank. I have a lot of those. I still have some, and I had a lot. And I still have, I think, a good amount, but I've been chipping away at what I can. So making videos, wearing certain clothing, deciding that no matter what weight I'm at, I'm getting married next year. Being intimate with my partner, even if sometimes I don't feel like I'm skinny enough to be intimate with him. Just like those little things. Socializing, like I genuinely had a fear of socializing for a while there because of my weight. I was just like, I don't want to see anybody. I wish I could just hide in a hole. And now I find myself like putting myself out there and being like, no, I know you want to back out, but do it. Like, go have fun. No one is friends with you because of your weight or like people are going to be your friends despite your weight. Like, it doesn't matter. That's not why they're your friends. It feels like I'm on the right path. And I can tell you this, a week ago, didn't necessarily feel that way. And a week from now, maybe I won't feel as great, right? But that's okay. Like, enjoy the ebbs and flows, embrace them for what they are. They lead you to new discoveries, and put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. And in whatever way that means for you, you have to kind of face those fears that you have in order to overcome other aspects of your life that you didn't realize are all kind of interconnected. And that's kind of like the holistic side of things, which makes so much sense. Me being resistant to putting myself out there keeps me at home more. It keeps me in the same mindset and the same routine, and it keeps me from enjoying my food. It keeps me looking to food as a form of entertainment instead. It keeps me in this really ugly place that doesn't feel like I'm living in the moment, but it feels like I am trying to escape to a distant future, which will only bring me more of the same. And it won't help me expand in the moment into what is really there, what I'm really going through, and embracing me at where I'm at, like meeting myself where I'm at and being okay with that. So that's it. That's my little spiel. I know this was a little impromptu. I didn't have anything I had written down, nothing necessarily well thought out, but something I really it was just in me, and I had to chat with you guys and kind of let those ideas out. So that's what this was. If you guys are interested in knowing more about my journey through recovery, then I suggest you watch some of my past videos. I do have like a playlist that I'm adding these videos to in sequence. And if anything, just subscribe to the channel and you'll see when new videos come out every Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday. Well, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.